Hello, welcome back to Resident Evil 4 Remake. This is going to be part 11. We are at the start of Chapter 6 after escaping the Via. Making our way through the entire um, first part of the village. And then we got into this dangerous encounter inside of here. Now we are on our way through this little fortified zone so we can hopefully escape the village. Went ahead and fixed up the inventory a bit. Looks a little bit neater. We are now running the riot gun, so the W870 is now gone for good. And then in this chapter specifically, the flashbang grenades will be on sale, so this is the time to buy them now, if you didn't already do it. We read that in the last video. Ashley took a stupid-ass death at the end of the last part because she decided that she wanted to just get in the way. I want to go ahead and take care of those ladies watching the town.
We've got company. Keep moving, but quietly. Got it?
Okay. I'll try.
And the cool part about that is that you don't always have to stay crouched in order to pull off a sneak kill. So that's really important to know, especially if you're doing a professional mode run, you're trying to get that S+ rank. Over there we saw the villager kind of get himself trapped up.
Holy.
Go ahead and send this to the storage. Of course. It's better we take that than Ashley. It's kind of funny when Ashley gets her foot caught and moves. So there's two caveats to this. You can take down this little fort sneakily, like I just did, and you'll only deal with those four people. So if you have enough sniper bullets, it'll be a lot easier, but you'll be able to take out the two on the top. So shoot the ladies with the crossbows first, and then knife the guy in front of us. And then when you come down this way, this is probably the hardest dude, because if you highlight yourself right here, he will alert the people, and then you're going to fight a lot more people, especially a bull goat man, in this little small area, which is pretty difficult. And Ashley does like to get grabbed up like every single time in here. That's the way that I did it the first time, because obviously I could just kind of went in here guns blazing after the first dude. And they are meant to see you. So if you did good at ammo conservation, then this part will be pretty simple. If not, then you're going to have to deal with all the people. You're going to have to like run back and forth, watch out for Ashley. It gets kind of ridiculous in here. But and also, so it saves you ammo, but if you don't get the encounters, then obviously you're not going to get the little prizes, from them. So you could be missing out on ammo, SATAs. If you kill the bull goat man, I think you get a jewel or something like that. But it's right now we need the ammo, especially coming up to where we're about to go to. So don't feel bad. Then the large resources are starting to stack up. So if you need to start making as much ammo as you need, like right now we have like at least a guaranteed 90 rounds for our submachine gun. Or you can make flashbangs, whatever you need to do. I think down there somewhere is the Salazar. That's right there, yeah. So right there would be a little collectible statue. You just shoot it, you get credit for it.
Guess we're doing this. Sorry, must have slipped.
So he's our little jump scare. I forgot he was chilling in here. You usually run by these doors when you're doing the speedrun challenges and stuff. So it's easy to forget. Then we got ourselves a Chalice of Atonement. It's worth 7,000, so you can put in some various jewels to make this thing more expensive. And if we were to put in all purples, 35,000. Put in all the greens, 30,000. So you can see the difference in jewels here and how much you really want to save up. But the red barrels and the yellow diamonds are the most uncommon and most rare treasures of the game. So sometimes you might want to just inlay the medium versions as much as you can and save the green and the reds for last, because they'll not give you the most amount of money, but they are still valuable in some situations. And I would always just go for the same colors, because those are the bigger bonuses, until you can get an item that gives you all the colors, which there's only one of those types of situations in the game. Like I said, that encounter, this whole area could have been a lot worse had we been seen. So that's a really nice section done. You don't want to like just go in guns blazing every single time unless you're hurting for items or if you just like the combat. There's nothing wrong with that.
Sure
Now
is
this place is
quiet.
trying to teach us about the environment. You need to remember these kinds of things.
Looks like I need something.
I don't know where the other guy went. There he is. I don't think that's the same guy though. No, it is. Yeah, this part was done really nicely. Like they're really giving us a chance for the stealth part to kind of show out, and I couldn't be any more happier than taking down enemies silently, so we can avoid some stupid ass combat. Because naturally, you don't want to go into a camp and just alert everybody. You know, you want to take it down stealthily if you have the means and capability to do so, because that's just the smart thing to do.
It's locked.
But don't worry, it will ramp up quite heavily soon. Okay. Just want to make sure you sweep the environment. Don't fall for shooting at the traps or anything, or the the little things right now. We can gather all the stuff up later. The objective is to be quiet as much as we can be. And that should be the final treasure piece. So once you get the check mark, now has a value, means it can be sold to the merchant. So we got all the treasure pieces from the way shrines, which is great. Okay. Once again, don't have to shoot that down just yet, just leave it alone. Now we got these little things where it says order, right? So you're ordering Ashley to take cover inside of stuff. And that's very useful because the enemies won't be fucking chasing her around while you're doing shit. and generally you just don't want that annoyance with her, you know. Jump.
Won't open.
So this part can be crazy. I do like what they did with this. It's a little bit more scarier than it was in the old version, I would say. I think atmosphere-wise, they definitely, toned it down a bit though, because you were like running in here and it was all dark, and the music was scary, and the enemies were all over the place and stuff like that. You didn't have a chance for stealth in the old game, so you had to kind of just go in there, guns loud and everything. But
Stay here.
What? Okay.
I would just put her in there now. And don't click the right 3 button ever, because she will come running straight out for you.
No good.
So you're locked in the room for a little bit. Just want to make sure you do a little sweep, grab everything you can before you touch the item. And then I would have some grenades and your best weapons ready to go. Sniper is probably not going to help you out here a lot, so you just want to go in with your close quarters combat. Make sure you have a good knife. I'm going to put this on. Okay, and then get ready for a pretty intense battle.
Great.
Sorry, didn't realize it was yours.
I am flattered. What am a one-lady...
Now it's just a series of crazy ass battles you gotta win. That was close.
Sorry, you're not my type. That was not easy.
Oh my god, dude. I hate when they get around you like that. Not overly bad. Actually, want to send that to storage. Okay. And then what's really important about this fight is not opening this door right here, because they will come filing through here. And oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. No, but they will be coming piling through this door, and then when you're trying to make two escapes, you'll be cut off in two different ways. So you want to kind of just keep it one area. Lucky enough, I wasn't like grabbed in here a lot, so that kind of helped out a lot. Usually they just grab you, pin you, and then you have to like shake them off before the Chainsaw Twins get in here and start doing their shit to you. But this encounter can be really difficult when you don't know what is on the other side. So just keep that in mind. And it's more or less like you probably don't have a lot of equipment at this point, especially if you're playing on hardcore. Like, you're going to have nothing at all to really deal with those things. So you're like just kind of scrambling around and trying to find any way to survive. But I mean, overall, I don't think there's anything really that bad with this. Like, they put a ladder right here to try to get behind you. The biggest thing about RE4 Remake is you just need to keep everything in front of you and then try to funnel them as much as you can. Like, once you control their movements and their patterns, like, you pretty much win. Because you don't want them to start flanking you from each side and then just make the battle much harder for yourself and stuff like that. So, that was a good area. I see the power of the riot gun too showing out there for a minute. Like, that was a really, really strong showing for the gun. Because it really, it hits single targets so well, and if you get well-placed shots, I mean, we destroyed that first Chainsaw Twin really fast. And then the TMP out here just doing, justice for us, controlling the bigger crowds and whatnot. And then as soon as you get up to like 2 or 3 guys that switch over to pistol and just kind of pull off those headshots or leg shots, whatever you got to do to take them down with melee attacks. And it kind of looks like they didn't transform at all, which was great. Sometimes they like to burst into little pluggamen, and that really sucks.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. I guess.
You did well back there. Seems this isn't your first time running from creeps.
I can't tell if that's meant to be a compliment.
Okay, now we are down to 1 treasure left. And we see 2 treasures. How crazy is that, right? Okay, so this part can be a bit of a doozy. I'm not going to say it's really easy at all, because it's not. they're doing their best to try to plus us up here. So we'll take what we can get, right? And then what's about to play out is a little bit of a Mr. X sequence here, and we're gonna get chased by the big dude. So along the path, there's going to be a lot of enemies that get in our way. This little small room has like a flashbang inside of it, which is really worth getting, and it's kind of hard to pull off though, because as soon as the dude approaches you, if he grabs Ashley, it's over. Like, this is where you probably are going to get your restarts a lot, because he just sucks. So there's nothing you can do to him. You can't hurt him, stun him, or anything like that. You can throw, the best thing you do is just throw a flashbang at the enemies and then just kind of sweep the area as fast as you can. But you're just meant to just run, and then you need to run really quickly, come get stuff, shoot some barrels. It's a pretty fun section, but it's like very frantic, especially with Ashley just kind of trailing behind us like that. So we'll go ahead and give it a first run and see how this works. But sometimes this isn't my best area, because I try to go for all the stuff. And we do need some inventory space, which we have, I want to say, plenty of. Yeah, we got enough space. So we'll be good here. And I would just keep the regular old, close combat gear with you the whole time. And just be ready. So first thing you want to do is you want to get really used to doing the quick turn, because it's going to be like, as soon as we get out of the cutscene, it's going to be a quick turn event and then just straight run forward.
Stick close.
Okay.
She's like, what do you want me to do? I'm so confused right now.
All right, come on.
Okay.
Run! Hurry! Ashley!
Oh, this sucks already. See?
Hurt?
No, I'm okay.
Present for you. Don't worry about them. Run! Close one.
There is no escaping. Okay, so this section could have gone a little bit better. Unnecessary damage, to be honest, on that part. So I'll just use an herb. Not really happy with that at all, because you like, when you play through it enough times, you know better, but you just think you can kind of sweep through enemies. And unfortunately, the guy in front of us was blocking the door I needed. So he got a cheap hit on us. But I mean, to be honest, you're using a flashbang to get a flashbang. So you're just replacing what you did. So it's, I mean, for the most part, it is kind of good to use a flashbang. So you can stun that whole area right here along with the dude behind us. And then you want to make your run, you know. So I guess I get it. At the same time, like, they're kind of just telling you, like, here's a bang. But if you used all your flashbangs up earlier, then you're going to be in trouble. So that section can be pretty tough, depending on how you set yourself up.
You're the one he wants. If we see him again, you run.
What about you?
I'll do my job.
No pasar, no trespassing.
Oh, nothing but the finest way.
They're just giving you just enough ammo to kind of deal with what's about to happen here, and for fans of the original, you already know what's coming up. This was a huge deviation from the original as well. So we didn't go on the gondola ride. There's like a gondola ride section where Leon just gets on like this metal gondolas and he has to like just shoot dudes from other platforms and stuff while they're throwing shit at him. You get over there, you hit the crank or whatever. You have to do something in there, get some buttons done, and then ultimately though you need to get across to the other side, and you know they cut out a bunch of different shit in there. So at the end of it all, we end up running onto a house, and then you have a true boss encounter here. So this is like the first legitimate boss encounter of the game.
Oh, break's over, I suppose. Welcome. Wielding.
And essentially what you want to do here is you want to tune up your knife as fully powered as you can get it. You do want your guns at very high damage. If you need to, you can upgrade any capacity, so you choose, but I don't really think it's worth it
You have a ticket, do ya?
until you like actually know you're going to stick with a weapon the entire game.
And I'll make it sing. Oh, thank you.
And then there's really no other suggestions. I mean, you want it, this is a close encounter, so you want close combat weapons.
How
The
have we procured
rifle's
these
not going to do nothing for us. There's really nothing you can buy other than just upgrades. And yeah. So right now you're as good as you're going to get.
My wares are in tip-top shape. Come back any...
And then if you really need to, though, make ammo. I think the ammunition we have for each gun right now is just enough to get this job done. As long as we're not just pulling shots and missing everything, you know? Okay. So then we're going to go on ahead. You want to take it a little slow in here. You don't want to just run straight off the edge because it'll be cutscene and then boss. Take the green and red. Down. There we go.
Cease pointless struggling. Abandon your body to the will of our God.
You're a shitty missionary. You know that.
Oh, Almighty, grant me the strength to crush your enemies.
Son of a bitch. Ashley, run!
Okay.
Hasta luego.
God, I thank you for your gift.
You want to get ugly? Let's get ugly.
We're off to a wonderful start. Oh my god, he's grabbing him again? Come on, man. Let's just don't really want to use all the green herbs there. Guess we'll just make ammo then. Just crack one of those. You grabbing me? I'm starting to come.
Guess your tap dancing days are over.
That was so terrible. Oh.
Leon!
It is completely snowed over out there. You gonna be alright? Out earlier. Out earlier.
Leon! Quick! This place is coming down!
So, to be honest, not a good Mendez fight, but like I said, it is difficult.
Give my regards.
Make sure to grab the eye. If you don't grab the eye, then you miss out on a little treasure here. The most difficult thing about the battle is trying to grab everything in the first encounter, and then when he changes phases, that's when it should be a little bit easier, but stab pokes are kind of hard to deal with when he just does it so quickly.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
This fire's bound to catch their attention. Let's keep moving.
Leon? I'm not gonna turn into one of them, right?
I won't let that happen. I promise.
And I think a couple people already pointed out a nice little section there with at least some conversation happening, because in the original game, Ashley would like ask him if he was all right after defeating Mendez, and then Leon would just be silent, like just completely just like brushed her off in her comment. So at least they had a little dialogue together. And then even a little bit after this, there's still a pretty crazy section than the original game. They toned it down here though, which I think kind of sucks a little bit, because what happens is after the Mendez fight, you get out into this little pathway. There's a truck driving at you. You got to shoot at the truck, and then it'll like kind of just blow up, turn sideways, and flip over. And then there will be dudes that just pile out of the door behind you, and you have to like run from about like 20 some odd villagers and get yourself to the castle, which is a pretty intense part actually, just like right after a boss fight too. But since they really tuned up the boss fight in this game, they decided against it, and then they left us a little Easter egg. Easter egg being the truck right here, which is the same design, but a little bit smaller. And then just before you go in there, though, make sure you shoot down your treasure. Then we take a look at the map. We have 39 out of 39 treasures available, along with all of our extended map treasures completed. So that was the village in its completeness. There was a lot of changes to it, and I think it was for the better. Some of the changes, though, that probably aren't really well received are things like Luis knowing Ada, the probably taking away a lot of the quick time events like the boulder chasing and the Del Lago fight, where when you win, you still have a chance to die anyway. The giant was fine. The giant was pretty much a one-for-one there. And the dog helping you. The little challenges in between were pretty nice. you know, you got the request and everything. So if you didn't do anything, it, like for the village, it's over and done with now. Yeah, just the Mendez fight can be kind of easy. I just don't know. I haven't practiced in a long time, so obviously the board throwing, you just want to start from one side of the field to the other, just kind of left to right as soon as he starts to throw them, because then you'll get kind of caught, and that's like the trick of that. It's just when he comes down and he's like always doing those side swipes and those pokes. Those are the most difficult things to deal with because they don't give you a chance to evade them properly. But a couple of shotgun bullets to his head, and you really want to do the fight from the top platform at the beginning so you can shoot the eyeball, which is the biggest weakness.
What's going on?
Well, at least you don't have to worry about being followed. Come on.
Make sure you take your oxygen. Okay. So 0 on that one. They gave me a new ranking for my standard mode because this chapter was pretty difficult when you first begin it. Because you got the Bella twins and the chainsaw stuff, which if you're not really ready for that encounter, you're gonna be hurting. Mendez fight, Ashley getting grabbed, and the chase scenes and stuff like that. This could be a lot of like subjective shit in here, but it's nonetheless a really tough chapter. But the highlight of the chapter is definitely not getting into a huge combat situation at the start of it. So you want to take down that first fort really quietly. Otherwise, you're just going to be wasting ammo all over the place, and then it really sets you up for a really bad time against Mendez because you'll have like basically no ammo but what they give you in the arena. So then now we are on to the castle, which is the next major section of Resident Evil 4. And the castle has a host of new enemies. And this time, though, they made this shit like super horrifying, and I really love what they did with the castle in this one. I think the castle, for the most part, is the most changed out of all the areas, for sure. And I think it's changed for the better. So we'll go ahead and just kind of watch the opening cutscene, get into Chapter 7, and then cut from there.
Hola, Luis here. You guys still around?
Well, I wanted to go home, but Ashley just had to see this castle first.
Perfect, because I have a present I want to give you. Medicine that will help to suppress the progress of your problem.
Where do we go?
Let's see. Come to the courtyard inside of the castle. We can meet up there. Ciao.
All right, Ashley.
Quarterly findings excerpt. Summary effects and uses specific drugs on the Plaga during the early stages of growth. Place, Facility 1, Meeting Room S. Presenter, Head Researcher, Annabelle Garcia Escudero. Questionnaire, Researcher Ryan Chen. And that's all for today's report. Any questions? So basically, their suppressant can prevent the host from turning into a monster. Laughter. Monster is a bit dramatic, but yes, you could say the host loses a part of their humanity when infected with parasite. Initial symptoms include mild abdominal pain and hemoptysis, followed by dizziness and even loss of consciousness. Once fully developed, the parasite gains complete control. In other words, the host becomes a puppet. The suppressant that we've developed can inhibit the growth of this parasite. So it can delay the inevitable, right? Like having one more beer before going home. Laughter from multiple people. Well, yes, when you put it that way, but sooner or later the bar closes, the suppressant can't completely remove Las Plagas from its host.
Luis just said.
I got it. Guess we better get going.
Come get some treasures.
I've got some new items in stock. Come take a look. Welcome. Got some rare things on sale, stranger. Oh, my back is killing me.
So new
Yous
items to
haven't been
get.
kind to us.
Exclusive upgrade ticket. This basically just bypasses the need to upgrade a weapon to full, so you can get its special upgrade right out the gate, but at the cost of 30 spinels. That is pretty expensive, and that's pretty much every one you would have if you didn't claim any of these to begin with. The leather case will drop more red herbs, so if you're getting damaged a lot, then this is probably the case for you. And then a new map for the treasures, which you absolutely need that.
All kinds of trinkets in this clown's castle.
And then the new inventory this guy's talking about is this
Well
stuff.
then, what can I do you for? What you see is what I've got.
So you definitely want to buy the Broken Butterfly now, because it's the only time that this is going to be on sale. This used to be a free item in the original game, but now it's you have to only just buy it, which kind of sucks. But it's your first Magnum of the game, and the only reason that you do want to buy this is just so that the chance of Magnum bullets dropping are a little bit more increased, because if you don't own a weapon that has an associated bullet to it, then it will never drop. Unless for like a few sections where it's actually like scripted to be in there. And we got a couple of weapon decisions to make here. So we got the Blacktail. New
Time
pistol.
is money, mate.
Where it underperforms in power, it does well at rate of fire and reload speed, and with the addition of also just being a 4-square weapon. So the Sentinel 9 takes up 6 squares, so you can imagine this is pretty much the Blacktail is going to be the gun that I run the game with, because I've never done one with it before. So I've done Red 9, Sentinel 9, the main gun, always ignore the Blacktail. So I'm going to go ahead and give the pretty much what it is, a Glock, right? Looks exactly like a Glock, and we're going to run that. Then the Stingray is a definite upgrade over the other rifle. So we need that because it's a semi-automatic one. Probably be the best rifle you get the entire game. Then, like I said, with the Broken Butterfly, it's probably high time to start doing any upgrades for the castle.
You just gonna stand there or what?
The resources are limited, but he will sell them through the chapters now. So these will always be here. You don't have to buy them like right now. They'll never go on sale, just only when you need them.
Will that be all then?
So then when you made your piece, sell your stuff.
I'll buy it. A deal well struck. Give that the care it deserves, mate. Anything else I can help you with? Your valuables won't do you much good in the grave.
So now's a great time to sell the Sentinel 9 because we're going to be changing handguns.
Don't get yourself killed now.
Oh, 25 bullets inside of it. That really sucks too, because you'll lose all those rounds. So it's probably better to use the rounds first and then sell the gun, just so you're not wasting like all that ammo. So that's what we'll do. Just got to remember not to re-equip it.
Why not treat yourself?
With so many handguns available, choosing the right one can be tricky. Lucky for you, we've compiled a list of special characteristics for 4 stellar choices. Punisher, this one has brilliant stability and penetration power. Laser sight can be mounted on it too, making it a very versatile weapon. The Red 9 delivers a lot of power, but it kicks like a horse. Keep it reined in by attaching the stock. Blacktail, a great ideal gun for quick shooting. Its compact size also helps free up inventory space. And the Matilda is out of stock, but it's a bit unremarkable on its own, but attaching the stock lets you suppress the enemy with 3-round burst. So Matilda being his very first gun that he ever used. So yeah, out of all of them, the Blacktail was the only one I never did. So we're going to go ahead and run that one. Next part, we'll take on the castle. I'm going to waste a few rounds out of this so I don't get rid of 26 bullets just like that. And